In the heart of a bustling American metropolis, a late-night convenience store, usually a beacon of late-night convenience, becomes the scene of a shocking robbery. It's a story we hear too often, a stark reminder that the perception and reality of safety in our big cities are in constant flux. Welcome to Urban Pulse. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into the complex world of crime and safety concerns plaguing America's major urban centers. We'll be examining current trends, exploring the underlying causes, and looking at innovative solutions. It's crucial to acknowledge up front that urban crime isn't a simple issue with easy answers. It's a tapestry woven with threads of socioeconomic disparity, mental health challenges, policy decisions, and the ever-evolving dynamics of city life. Over the next few segments, we'll dissect the latest crime statistics, probe the root causes, understand the impact on residents, explore promising innovations, and even take a closer look at a specific city grappling with these issues. Finally, we'll cast our gaze toward the future of urban safety. So, let's get started. To understand the current landscape, we need to look at the numbers. Recent data shows concerning trends in violent crime, including homicides and aggravated assaults, in many major cities. Property crimes like theft and burglary remain persistent issues, and we're seeing a troubling rise in carjackings, which often involve a high degree of violence and intimidation. However, these statistics aren't uniform across all urban areas. Crime rates can vary dramatically, not just between cities, but even between neighborhoods within the same city. Factors like local economies, community demographics, and policing strategies all play a role in these geographic disparities. The COVID-19 pandemic undeniably impacted urban life, and consequently, crime patterns. While some initial lockdowns may have temporarily suppressed certain types of crime, the subsequent economic fallout, social disruption, and changes in policing routines likely contributed to the shifts we're observing now. The long-term effects are still being studied. Interpreting this data requires a critical eye. Official statistics from sources like the FBI are invaluable, but they have limitations. Reporting inconsistencies, changes in data collection methods, and the sheer complexity of urban environments mean we must approach these numbers with an understanding of their nuances. Moving beyond the statistics, what are the underlying drivers of urban crime? Socioeconomic factors are often at the forefront. Persistent poverty, lack of viable employment opportunities, and widening income inequality create environments where desperation can malheureusement lead to criminal activity. The intertwined crises of mental health and substance addiction also play a significant role. Untreated mental illness and addiction can destabilize individuals and communities, increasing the likelihood of involvement in criminal justice systems, whether as perpetrators or victims. Urban development and gentrification, while often bringing economic growth, can also displace long-term residents and disrupt established community structures. This can sometimes lead to increased social friction and, in some cases, a rise in certain types of crime. The role of policing and criminal justice reform is, of course, a central and often contentious part of this discussion. Debates continue regarding the effectiveness of current policing strategies, the fairness of the justice system, and the potential impact of reforms on crime rates and community relations. Beyond the statistics and policy debates, crime has a profound and personal impact on the daily lives of urban dwellers. The pervasive fear of crime can limit people's freedom, forcing them to alter their routines, avoid certain areas, and live with a constant sense of anxiety. Economically, crime takes a heavy toll. Businesses may close or relocate, tourism can suffer, and property values can decline in areas perceived as unsafe, further exacerbating economic challenges for residents and the city itself. Crime can also erode community cohesion. When trust between neighbors and between residents and authorities breaks down, it becomes harder to build strong, resilient communities capable of addressing challenges collectively. In response, many residents adopt personal safety strategies, from investing in home security systems to practicing heightened vigilance when out and about. These individual actions, while necessary, highlight the broader societal need for systemic solutions. Fortunately, there's a growing focus on innovative strategies to enhance urban safety. Community-based policing initiatives are gaining traction, aiming to build trust and foster collaboration between law enforcement and the residents they serve. This involves officers being more visible, engaged, and responsive to neighborhood concerns. Data-driven approaches are also becoming more sophisticated. By analyzing crime patterns and trends, cities can deploy resources more effectively, predict potential hotspots, and implement targeted prevention strategies. This allows for a more proactive rather than reactive approach to public safety. Technological advancements are also playing an increasingly important role. From enhanced surveillance systems and predictive policing software powered by AI to smart city solutions that integrate various data streams, technology offers new tools for monitoring, responding to, and potentially preventing crime. Crucially, effective solutions must also address the root causes. Investing in social programs focused on education, job training, affordable housing, and accessible mental health services are vital components of a comprehensive strategy to build safer, more equitable urban environments. Let's turn our attention to Philadelphia, a city grappling with significant crime challenges, particularly gun violence. For years, the city has seen persistently high homicide rates, disproportionately affecting certain neighborhoods. The rise in gun violence in Philadelphia is a complex issue, often linked to factors like poverty, lack of opportunity, and the illicit gun trade. The impact on communities is devastating, creating cycles of trauma and fear. Philadelphia has implemented various initiatives, including expanded use of data analytics to track gun violence hotspots, and investments in community-based violence interruption programs. These programs employ credible messengers to de-escalate conflicts and mediate disputes. Local leaders and community advocates emphasize the need for a multi-pronged approach, combining law enforcement efforts with robust social services and economic development. The success of these strategies often hinges on sustained funding and genuine community engagement. Looking ahead, predicting future crime trends is challenging, influenced by evolving societal factors, technological advancements, and policy shifts. However, a continued focus on data, community engagement, and addressing root causes will likely be crucial. Effective policy and governance will be paramount. Cities need forward-thinking strategies that address both immediate safety concerns and the long-term social and economic determinants of crime. This requires collaboration across city departments and with state and federal partners. A critical balancing act in the future will be ensuring public safety while upholding civil liberties. As technology advances and surveillance capabilities increase, maintaining privacy and preventing overreach will be essential for building trust and ensuring equitable outcomes. So, what can you do? Engage with your local community. Support initiatives aimed at addressing root causes. Advocate for effective and equitable public safety policies, and stay informed. Every voice matters in the collective effort to build safer cities. We've journeyed through the complex landscape of urban crime and safety, from dissecting the data and exploring root causes to understanding the impact on daily life and examining innovative solutions. The key takeaway is the interconnectedness of these issues. Crime is not just a policing issue, it's a public health issue, an economic issue, and a social justice issue. Addressing it effectively requires a holistic approach that tackles systemic inequalities alongside immediate safety concerns. Building resilient and secure urban environments means investing in our communities, fostering trust, and working collaboratively towards shared goals. It's about creating cities where everyone feels safe, valued, and has the opportunity to thrive. Thank you for joining us on Urban Pulse. We hope this deep dive has provided valuable insights. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.